Hi Aries, I hope all is well. This is your weekly reading for April 10th to the 16th, 2017. Same spread as usual. For those who do not know, I am using the Orisha Tarot deck, okay? Alright Aries, so let's begin with your reading. For your starting point, what you have Oba. Oba is like a female warrior. Okay, so this could be you being a woman being very strong. Possibly even have to have the strength to deal with something that I feel like you didn't think that you would have to deal with. Alright, so if you're not a woman, you are like a male but very because we are all built of female and masculine energies. So I feel like you are both. You are in touch with your male and female side is what it feels like. And I feel like there's some kind of element in having to defend that aspect of yourself to other people is what it also feels like. If you are a woman, you are being this way. You are, I feel like, defending your views, possibly on something that you feel very passionate about. You could be remembering someone who crossed over. You could be I feel like you're very much in the spotlight too. So maybe you're that kind of person who everyone looks up to. You could be like a mentor. You could be like an entertainer of some kind. Okay, and a lot of people are really into your work. They may even want to work with you. And I also feel like you're waiting on someone in particular to work with. I feel like you like the work that they do and you're just waiting on them. It's funny because it's not even your wait position. This is just at the starting point in your mind. If not you waiting on someone's communication in terms of starting off a project with them, I do feel like you are waiting for someone in your life to make changes is what it also feels like. If this is a lawyer, you are waiting for the lawyer. Okay, what's the final deal? Is this deal going to work out for me, etc.? Okay, so you got a lot on your mind in terms of business wise, partnerships wise for the first for the heading energy for the week. Okay, in your second position you have you know what, I want to go back here one more second. Whereas with your having to defend your views, having to defend who you are as a woman, if you are, or even if you are both a man and woman, you having to defend your position. Why? Because maybe you have people around you who feel like you can't do the work that they set out for you to do is what it also feels like. If not that, I feel like you could even be observing this happen to someone else. Maybe someone joined your job and you feel like they're not doing very well for whatever reason. Okay, maybe you feel like they're inexperienced. Maybe you feel like they need more training. If this is external to you, if it's you, then maybe someone else needs that. Maybe you need to pick up more. You need to be more aware and focus on being more available. Maybe you need to be more available to. So I feel like you have someone around you that feels like you're not around, you're constantly on the go, and they want you to stay nearby. It could actually be an earth sign person that is like, okay, you set side plans for me, but then you're out really quickly. Like you're not even sitting and waiting. Like you're just out. You're that. I mean, you're flighty. I mean, not you're flighty, but I mean like maybe the person thinks that you're flighty is what it feels like to me. Okay. In your second position, you have the 8 of water here. So there's a situation here that is making you a little bit uncomfortable is what it feels like. It could be even at work. All right. Whereas because I know right now I'm in New York, so I know school's out. I work with kids, so I'm out. I don't have to go in to work this whole week. Okay, so I do feel like there's something going on though this week that maybe maybe this earth sign person is trying to communicate with you about something. Maybe you want a personal reading done, or maybe you just want to get, I feel like you want to get to know this person on a deeper level. I feel like you're already tied though to someone else in your life right now, and maybe that's why they think you're flighty, because it's like maybe you want to like do a date with them and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you cancel on them out of nowhere, but they're the ones, this is their mindset. If not an earth sign, I feel like you're dealing with a water sign like a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces that may also feel this way. This Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person may feel that an earth sign isn't doing well at work, or they may feel like the earth sign is lackadaisical, if that's the situation, if it's going to be at work in terms of a partnership. But you do have the week off, however, but I feel like you're just thinking about this person. You're thinking about what this person is doing or what this person has got into for whatever reason. All right, but I do feel like you're waiting on communication from them. You may, yeah, it feels like you could actually even be, I feel like you're trying to plan a date with this person. You may want to take them out to get a drink or something, is what it feels like. And maybe they're the flighty one. But I feel like they think you're flighty, but maybe you think that they're not responding to you for whatever reason. Okay? I don't know. That could go both ways. I mean, you let me know how that works out for you. Goodness, Aries. In your third position, you have the Six of Earth here. So I definitely feel like you're dealing with an Earth sign. This has to do with sharing. I want to say sharing and caring. And then sometimes I don't necessarily have to go by like what the meaning of the card is. I usually just the most I read is what I intuitively pick up based on the images in the card. Okay, so for this, I do feel like you're trying to share your time with an earth sign person is what it feels like to me. But like I said, they think you're flighty or you think they're flighty. All right, so it feels like a date situation to me. You're trying to get a partnership off with someone who you feel has a great personality. You feel that they're confident, etc. But there's some kind of block here. Maybe you already have someone. You could already be tied to a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but you have an earth sign that you have your eyes on, and they may be your coworker, is what it feels like to me. And that's why it's the Eight of Water. It's a situation that's a little weird. All right, it's not bad, it's just weird. Okay, because you're already tied to somebody, but you have mutual attraction to somebody else. But that's normal. Like, it's okay. Like, you may just want to be friendly with them. It's not like you want to go like sleep with them. You just want to spend time with them is what it feels like to me. But they are either hard to contact or vice versa. Okay? Maybe they're just not available. You're just not available. They're not. All right? In your fourth position, what you have in your future, you have undines and mermaids. Undines and mermaids represent sometimes an older female that could be in her 30s, 40s, or it could be you. With this, I do feel like you're being very motherly if you're a female. Okay, so if it's an earth sign, you're being very motherly to an earth sign child, a Virgo, a Capricorn, a Taurus child. Okay? If not that, I do feel like you're fishing for information about an earth sign child. Maybe they're telling lies. Maybe they're not who they say they are, or you think that they're not who they say they are, but they really are. Okay, so like for example, someone's saying that they're an artist, that they painted all these pictures, for example. They're bragging to you about the kind of work that they do, but you're like, is it for real? So maybe that's why you're trying to meet up with them to find out, okay, is what they're doing on the side for real? Like, how can I get into it, is what it feels like. So I feel like you're trying to learn more from this person, a person that's younger than you. So I feel like you're very skilled in yourself, but you're trying to bring someone else in to teach them, or them to teach you something new, is what it feels like. You can always never feel like you can't learn from someone who is younger than you. If you are I don't feel like you're the younger one. I feel like this is you. You're the older one. And maybe you work with kids. You're trying to show them something new. Or maybe you do work with kids. You definitely do. Because I'm a Capricorn, and I work with an Aries. Okay? And this is what I'm feeling off of this card. So it is an Aries and an earth sign communication here that's going on here. Okay, in your fifth position for your instincts, you have the Five of Air. You have some backstabbing and manipulation going on here. It could be online, but I don't feel that. I feel like this is more good than anything. I feel like this earth sign person could have shared something with you, and you're looking into it. You're looking to see, okay, is this real? Is it for real? Like I said, you don't believe you're not believing them, basically. But I feel like you're seeing what they do. Like, you're like fishing. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do some super sleuth, and I'm gonna look up this person's stuff and see if they're for real, is what it feels like to me. But I feel like I feel like there was some part of this where you felt backstabbed for whatever reason. I felt, like I said, it could have been a project that you wanted to do with somebody, and they just were not available to do it. If they wanted to start a business project, there's something here where someone was not available. Or if not that, I do feel like there's some kind of situation where you're not believing someone's craft, and that's why you're doing like extra fishing, is what it feels like to me. Okay? Or if not that, I feel like you're using your instincts about a person in your life, like what I was saying here, where you feel like this person isn't doing very well at work. So if this is not a project that you have personally with somebody, they're at work and they're not doing very well, is what it feels like to you. Or someone feels like you're not doing very well. It could be an air sign person that you feel isn't really doing that great, or they are complaining too much, etc. is what it feels like to me. But I feel like definitely someone is not communicating at work very well, is what it feels like to me. Okay? Either I feel at work and also personal life, you're trying to meet up and it's just not working. Something about it isn't working. But I feel like it will, because this was in your future. So I feel like you are going to manage to meet with this person and spend time with them. But that's why there's some hesitation here. They're too young for me. Okay? You're older and they're younger, but people are looking at you like, what are you doing looking at that younger person? Like, that's the kind of feeling that I get. Because I feel like your regular partner, the one that you go home to, they're the same age as you. Okay? So if not an older person, I feel like whatever age group that you're in, you have your eyes on someone who's younger, older, etc. And that's what's a little bit uncomfortable, because I feel like you like I said, you just want to learn from them. It's not necessarily anything personal. Okay? In your 6th position, you have what you accomplished. You have the 6 of Fire. So you managed to finally, for 1 minute, it didn't feel like it was going to work, but I feel like it managed to work. So you look at your future, you're finally meeting with this person and they're teaching you something. They may be reading for you. You may have finally got the date that you're finally waiting on to get with this person. If not that, you definitely got the communication that you were waiting for. Okay, so for example, I touched on your work, your personal relationships. I do feel like there is someone else at work. So if not that one earth sign person, there's another person at work. It could be that air sign person that I feel like they are trying very hard to get your attention, not in a good way. All right, so they could be like walking by you in a very like this somebody who's really needy. You feel like someone's trying really hard to get your attention, but you're liking it. It's weird, but you're liking it. All right, so it's not that kind of situation where like, okay, I'm liking this because it's gonna benefit me. I'm liking this because it's freaky. Like, they're being freaky. So it feels like flirtation going on here at work. Or flirtations going on outside of a relationship is what that feels like to me. All right? But that's what you accomplished. So I feel like you did manage to possibly, if there is a flirtation, I feel like you managed. I feel like somebody got shut down though. Either you shut it down or they did. And because maybe it just was not inappropriate for the time period. All right, so maybe you're at work or you're just like somewhere where it's just not appropriate at all. Like, you could be like in a store or something shopping for food and somebody does something crazy. Like, that's the kind of feeling that I get. So it's kind of like that out of nowhere PDA is what it feels like to me. I mean, to each his own. All right, in your 7th position, you have a message from air. So you could have, like I said, you have air going on here. It could be a message from an air sign accusing you of something. It could be accusing you of cheating, accusing you of not being there for them, accusing you of lying, etc. Okay, and with this, I feel like, yeah, there's some kind of backstabbing situation going on here, like with your 5 of air, double air going on. So I do feel like an air sign feels backstabbed by you, or you feel backstabbed by an air sign based on something going on with a female earth sign. All right, so there's some kind of lies and betrayal going on here. You could have lied on the earth side and said, okay, maybe they I feel like, okay, maybe they put something back and I left it somewhere and I'm accusing them. So it's kind of like throwing somebody under the bus, but I don't feel like on purpose. necessarily. I feel like kind of like to cover your ass a little bit. Okay, so it feels like that kind of situation. Does it cover you up after throwing somebody else under the bus for whatever reason? It could even be to try to get someone out of the picture, to get somebody fired, etc. Okay, so with this though, it is your spiritual self. So I do feel like you're having a lot of dreams where you feel closed in, boxed in, and it could have to do with the relationship. You feel like the person's not opening up to you, vice versa. All right, so there's some kind of blockage in terms of your dreams. You feel locked down. You may feel locked down in a relationship. Okay, and that's why you're dreaming. You tight. There's some kind of tightness going on. Maybe there's somebody in your life that's making you feel stifled, etc. Okay, so it's a stifling, spiritual stifling. Like I feel like you're all over the place, like spiritually. Some of you, like somebody, you're trying to learn one thing and then somebody else is coming with something else, and then you're like confused, like I don't know what I want to do. So it feels like spiritual confusion, like you're not sure of what you want to get into spiritually. So but if not that, you're wanting to learn more things on the spiritual front. All right, like a spiritual block, like a spiritual stifling is what you're having. In your 8th position, you have your mentality. You have Yemenia. Yemenia represents the Empress. Like I said, you could be a mother. You could be a strong female mother figure who is trying to, like I said, trying to help out her family, etc. If you have kids, I feel like you're doing the best that you can in terms of there's some kind of laziness associated with this card. So maybe there is that element of, okay, excuse me, maybe you're saying, okay, I'm up in this age, like with the Undines, I'm already older, so why should I have to do all this, is what it feels like to me. And maybe you're on the maybe there's people you have on the outside that are observing this characteristic about you, and that's why they're not liking that about you. They're not liking the fact that you're just shutting them down, or you're literally writing you're signing your signature off on your life based on the kind of attitude that you're giving out to other people. Okay, so if not you, I feel like this could be happening around you too, where you're noticing someone is just like, okay, like they're kind of like I said, lackadaisical. They're like out of it. They're like not really aware. All right, and it could be an air sign person or earth sign individual. All right, you're on the outs. You're trying to be motherly, or you're trying to give somebody advice, and they're like, you feel like I said, maybe you feel drained by them. It could be air sign. They're draining you spiritually. Okay, because you're trying to be there for them, and they're just like, I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna sit on my ass all day and not do anything. All right. In your 9th position, you have what's changing. You have the enslaved prisoner. So, this would be like the Fool and the Rider-Waite deck. So you got some changes coming on here in terms of a freedom. So maybe you're breaking out of a job, or maybe you're breaking out of a relationship, like I said, that kept you stifled. There's some spiritual stifling going on here. Could be with an air sign or a water sign or an earth sign. So you got those 3 going on there. Okay, there's some spiritual stifling, I feel like, because, like I said, because you're not around. You're not around. There's some kind of and I feel like that's what's coming to the surface now. Someone is bringing that to your attention, that you're not around very often. It could even be someone is telling you, okay, I want you to be with me more often, or I want you to spend more time with me. Why are you trying to go off and be with that other person? Like, that's what it feels like to me. Okay, so, but it's changing for you. So it doesn't mean that you're not listening to what they're saying. I feel like you're taking the advice that is being given to you, but I feel like you're gonna like use it kind of tweak it so that it works more in your favor, is what it feels like to me. In your resolution, you have Ishu. Okay, Ishu is a male figure. It's kind of similar to that of the female characters like Oba and Yemenia, but this is like a male. So this is set stone male. So this is you. So whereas you do got there's some female energy here, and if you are a male, I feel like you may even be a father to a child, like I said, that isn't feeling too good. All right, maybe it's the child that wants you around. and you're not around as much. You may be traveling a lot, etc. So with this, if this is going to be your resolution, I feel like you finally found the time. Like I said, that you finally found the time to make it for this child, or for these group of people, or for this person that was in need of your time. So it just seems like to me for this week that you have people in need of your time is what it feels like more than anything. All right? And you trying to possibly figure out how to get through a situation, how to manage your time, and you're just hoping and praying that someone around you will manage your time, their time a little bit better also. Okay? Alright then, Aries, that concludes your reading. Happy Easter to those who observe the holiday. If you have any personal questions, concerns, or would just like a private reading, please email me at hassaniife777@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you always. May many blessings come your way, and have an awesome week. Take care, Aries. Peace.